All right, so in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to try to recreate this. And it's all things you know how to do, so don't worry. So here we go. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to change this blending mode to luminosity. And this just gives it a black and white feeling to it. It's kind of a quick, easy way to do it. And most of the blending modes I have listed here. We're going to turn on this pin light landscape layer, and I'm going to turn it to pin light. And so what pin light is going to do is you can see it drops out a lot that's here. I'm actually just going to use my free transform, Command T or Control T, or edit free transform. And I'm going to take it and rotate it just a bit so it's something along the lines of this. Now, we could get really kind of crazy if we wanted to kind of warp it if you wanted to, and you could play around with that. You don't necessarily need to. I'm going to keep it warped just for fun here, and I'm going to keep it along here, but I want to get rid of some of this stuff. Like, I don't like these power lines and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on what's called an inverse mask. So I'm going to hold Option or Alt, and I'm going to click on the mask. And what it does is it fills it completely with black instead of doing it in open white. So what we need to do is paint back with white. So I'm just going to grab a larger brush here, and I'm just going to kind of go over this area. I want to do it really kind of simple to start. And then I'm going to change back to black just to be a little bit more fine-tuned. I could have gone and fine-tuned a little bit more, but just to show you, you can kind of, the flexibility of that is there. I could even take out in here if I didn't want any of the grass to be in there, right? I can mess with however I wanted to do this. So now I'm going to flip on the darken layer that's here, right? The one above it, and we're going to change it to darken. And I'm going to change the opacity to 60%. But I don't want it inside of where the trees are. So we're going to mask, and I'm just going to kind of select out in here, right? So I want the landscape to still be visible. Next, we're going to turn on the overlay red layer, and we're going to turn it to overlay. Now in this one, we're going to do a large kind of mask. Again, I want this in the sky, but I don't want it down here. But I'm going to change my opacity to about 50% for my brush. Just so when I'm going in here, I'm just going to kind of slowly do it. We're going to get a little bit more down here. I'm going to keep that blue texture down there. And incidentally, the brush that I'm doing, just so you can see, the brush that I'm doing is a hardness of 0. So you can see it's a brush here, hardness of 0. And I'm changing the size of that with the bracket keys, the left and right bracket keys. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to bring up these rocks. Now, what I want to do from the rocks is I want to put the rocks into this space right here because it kind of looks like a cliff. So I'm going to change it to the blending mode color dodge and to 60% again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this so that the tip of this rock here is somewhat the tip in here. So I'm just kind of finding that. I can move it around, and I'm going to do okay. Now, I don't want all of this. I just want it inside of this space that's here. So we're going to do another inverse mask, Option or Alt. Click on that. And then what I'm going to do is we'll size my brush here, and I'll just bring back the areas inside here. Right? So inverse mask is a really good way to kind of bring this out to be able to just bring back the places that I want. Right? So that's looking good. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get this jumper here. And I actually just want the guy. I don't want anything else. So we're going to go on Magic Wand, and I'm going to do Select Subject. And it does a really good job of selecting him out. So we're going to do that and do Mask. And in this case, because this image was so large and I wanted such a small piece of it, I'm actually going to drag the mask down to the trash can and say Apply. So it applies that, so I'm dealing with only the jumper. And we're going to change this to luminosity. And I'm going to duplicate this. So Command J, I'm going to drag it down, do Command or Control T, and I'm just going to rotate the guy so it looks like the guy is falling to his death, right? Or just falling, right? Maybe that's, the thing is he survives. So now we have this here, and we're going to change this to multiply. So most of it drops out. I'm going to show you a new technique with masking, which is I'm going to make a selection, right? That's where we're actually going to go after this. I'm going to make a selection around here, and I'm going to hit mask. And you can see it does a great job. There's a couple little edge things that are here, which I'm just going to grab my brush and make sure I'm in black. And we're going to take away some of those edges. Right? Just taking away those edges does wonders for hiding. It's really those edges that we see. So as soon as we can kind of take those away, so I'm just making the brush smaller to get rid of some of those edges. And that's looking pretty good. Last thing we're going to do for this is we're going to turn on this overlay paper layer and we're going to turn it to overlay. It just gives a little bit of kind of texture into this. And there's how we create this survives Mad Leap image, right? This cliff diving image. So I think it's a pretty neat thing. We're using blending modes as well as masks to create a beautiful image inside of Photoshop.